They check the family background. They check but I will shock you now. They are not even doing that anymore. People just jump in and get married because of the so-called civilization. But here, yes, it's possible. Because you are the one that's trying to get involved with someone. You should get to know that person seriously, spiritually, physically, based on this checklist before you decide. That's what I say. Many people get into marriage, one, because of what? Financial stability. They know somebody has money, they jump into it, especially women. And most men get into marriage because of beauty. When the woman is beautiful, they jump into marriage. Look around you. How come that the wives of the movie stars and the millionaires are all sexy 20-something-year-old? Why do you think they marry them? For physical look, nothing else. And that's why those one who eat them, dry them. There's a section in this book that is called Marital Rule Book for Remarriage. For remarriage. And that section deals with people with negative experiences in prior marriage and how you can deal with them before you get married. One of the ways to do this is to make sure you go through deliverance. It's spiritual, not just counseling. Counseling is okay, but that is not all. Because some of the things that destroy marriage, the previous relationships, were spiritual. And to deal with those situations, you must go through prayer and fasting to deal with spiritual situations. Because otherwise, you will carry the same wound into the new relationship. And it's going to impact the new relationship. Studies show that 60-70% or so of people in remarriage still divorce. They just that their second or third marriages, they still divorce. Why? Because they carry the old packages into the new relationship. Look at a woman that was hot. Maybe the former husband cheated on her and the marriage broke up. She will come into a new marriage with so much suspicion. Whatever the new man is doing, if the man is checking his phone, this one has started. So that's the problem. You have to get the wound off, clear your mind through prayer and fasting and counseling. Counseling too. With spiritual counseling now, not physical counseling. And then before you get into the new relationship. So that what affected the old one will not impact the new one. Amen. Go back to discuss. You can discuss some. There's a marriage check. There is what we call marriage university. There's a section in the book called Marriage University. It's for people that's already in marriage but never had the opportunity to do all these things. What are the lessons you should learn now to keep the marriage going? Amen? So that will come as a section on its own. Amen? That will be the last question. Mm-hmm.
Dr. Yuda, if a man decides to divorce his wife, mm-hmm. and I know the Bible speaks against divorce, will God hold that against him?
Yes and no. Now, there's a section on divorce and remarriage. There are 3 conditions for divorce, spiritually allowed by God. 1, infidelity. If your spouse cheats on you, but it's not a mandate that you have to divorce. But if you have to, infidelity is number 1. Number 2, abandonment. If your spouse abandons you, and there's a lot involved in that abandonment. And then number 3, abuse, extreme abuse that breaks the marital cord. That is a permissive, inductive reason. It's not the number 1 reason spiritually. But we're going to break that abuse down, not today, when we discuss divorce. But God is also a God of mercy. There's what we call permissive will. People break up marriage not through the absolute will of God, but through the permissive will. The mercy of God is there, and God can give you a second chance. But before then, you must know that this is not acknowledgement or a validation of what you did. But God is just God showing you mercy and second chance. But we're going to discuss that more when we are dealing with divorce. Amen?
Thank you.
If you're already engaged and you did not do this check, it's good to do the check now, even though you're already engaged. Because this check, the result from this checklist will help you determine whether to go ahead with the marriage. So that's still a safe time to do the check. You probably did not do the check before getting engaged, but you have accepted the engagement. It's good to do the check then. And then make up your mind, should I go ahead with this marriage or not? Because that's still a safe time to change your mind. Because you're not married yet.
Okay. So that is my first question. My second question is, because a lot of people are sitting here and they're listening to you, and these words are very inflexible. When they hear, you inflex them. And you said, when you check or you list all your rules and, somebody don't meet up to one of the perks or don't check any of the perks, because are you saying marriage should be perfect?
No,
should that be any?
It's not about any. Not because somebody fails in one. You're going to grade it. My instruction, or not instruction, my advice is that if that person does not score positively 60% from that checklist, don't marry that person. It shouldn't. I'm not saying you have to marry somebody that is perfect. You have to be 100%. No, that's why we have a checklist. If it does not meet up to 60% yes or good, depending on how you judge it, don't marry that person.